Namaste, angels. This reading, I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. It'll serve kind of as our full moon reading because, you know, I never did that. The full moon occurred on Wednesday, full moon in Sagittarius, full lunar eclipse, and there were 4 planets at the time also that were like in their home signs, which is pretty interesting to me. And yesterday Mercury went full on retrograde, so I didn't want to not do anything, but you know, I have had a lot going on, and every time I went to do this reading, I can't tell you how many times I went to do it, something happened. My phone rang, or I had to run out suddenly, or I realized I had a meeting to go to, or I had, you know, I was working on some sort of arrangements and plans. Like I have family coming from out of state to visit. I have a lot. So I just kept trying to get to it and kept not getting it. I mean, very typical Mercury retrograde type stuff. Speaking of Mercury retrograde, whose ex reached out? Okay, so I mentioned a couple weeks ago, last week, that my father passed away. It's, you know, it's still very recently. Um, so my children's father, my ex-husband, has been around, has been here, like helping me and stuff like that. So I have that one. That's one ex returned. And then I also said that people might get a pet, people might get a dog. He brought his dog since he left, like spur of the moment, unexpectedly to come here. He brought his dog, so I was kind of like one of the people that got a dog. Um, anyway, that's not what I was going to tell y'all. I'm telling y'all about ex's return. You know, again in typical Mercury retrograde fashion. So and my other ex, the one the guy I dated for a long time, that like I said, we've been in one relationship or another, even if that just means friends or exes or whatever, for the past like 35 years. You know, we met when I was like 14. He called, and you know, with him, I have a very strong, still very strong, like, you know, energy and synchronicities and stuff. When his father passed away, I remember I like doubled over in pain. I didn't know what was happening, but I like doubled over in pain, and I could tell that it was connected to him. I had to like call people, like, what's wrong with him? What did something happen to him? What is going on? And then sure enough, I learned that. And similarly, he called me the other day, and it's not like we're in contact all the time. You know, we hadn't spoken prior to that. I don't know when was the last time, especially not like verbally over the phone. We may have texted, I don't know, 3 months ago, 3 to 6 months ago, but for actually talking, I can't really recall the last time prior to this. But we talked the other day. He called me. Um, so that was another ex that returned. What else? I remember something else happened with some other ex that I wanted to tell you all about. Maybe it'll come to me during the reading. So anyway, I'm gonna do the spread to find out what's gonna happen. What is ending? What is the sun setting on? What is eclipsing out of our lives? What is coming to a final and complete end? That we should expect like newness in some area of our life by the new moon in Gemini. So I'm using the what's this called? The Lovers something deck. Universal Love Oracle. It slipped my mind for a minute. The energy deck, and of course the angel and animal tarots combined. So with the Universal Love Oracle, beginning with listening. And again, messages coming in, hearing from exes also, but messages coming in, you know, intuitively from your higher self to your lower self, from other people, from spirit to you, maybe ancestors, angels, you know, departed loved ones, all of that. More clarity in the coming days, information, possibly overload. But it looks like we might need it because with the energy deck, storm warning. So storm warning is well, kind of like what it's, you know, it's pretty much what it sounds like. It warns of, you know, like a challenging energy, a troubled energy. It could be internal though, and I think it may be internal if it has anything to do with the next card that's in reverse, because this is broken heart in reverse. So when broken heart is upright, then You know, it's really about pain and suffering, loss, separation of some sort. But in reverse, it's about a time of renewal and the worst being behind you. So this storm warning is probably going to be some sort of internal storm, even though you should be recovering from whatever it is through which you've been recently, and realizing that the worst is behind you, you're stronger, you're better, you're moving forward. You may not feel that way, or your anxiety may not allow you to feel that way. It could be Mercury, you know, the retrograde. This is air, right? All of this is this turmoil and stuff. And Mercury and Gemini, you know, rule the nervous system. So there could be some anxiety. There could be some depression, even though that goes in the other way. Because I'm seeing that in like the dark clouds and stuff. It's giving me more depression than anxiety. And those who like to work with crystals, you could have broken stones. We might have to like replace a stone or something, is what I'm getting with that. More positively, and especially in terms of talking about fresh energy, moving forward, newness in time for the new moon, we have Major Arcana Card 3, the Empress, which represents the planet Venus, which actually, that's one of the planets that was in its home sign, right? Both Venus and Mercury were located in Gemini, but Venus moves into Cancer this week. So this could be one of the reasons why she's showing up. But again, this is about growth, fertility in both, you know, a metaphorical and a literal sense. Creating, co-creating, perhaps with other people. Threes can be about collaboration and defending or standing your ground, defending your position, maybe your right to work with other people or not, or to create, you know, your type of art or whatever it is you're creating or not. You know, I don't know who would try to get involved in that and get in your way, but if they do, you know, you hold the wand up to them. And then behind that, speaking of anxiety, and the worst being behind you, the Nine of Swords here is in reverse. The Nine of Swords in reverse can still be about distrust, though. You know, just having somebody around you that you feel maybe is not worthy of your trust or whole trust, full trust. And you should definitely always, like, not walk around paranoid, but follow those kind of intuitive feelings. And again, we saw with this deck and the listening card an indication that more information and clarity is going to be coming through to us if we're paying attention, you know, if we're listening. So if you do that, you're going to get the clarity, you're going to get the answers that you need, you're going to get that divine guidance. It may come through a female energy. Speaking of, you know, the moon, and as I was saying that, I looked at the card on the bottom, it was Mary. So it may be like a maternal and or feminine energy that helps you to reach that place of clarity and understanding. And we end up with Embrace. And this card is very Sagittarius for me. It's red, it's fiery. It just always has given me some sort of, I don't know why, really, I can't. But I've used this card to identify, like in client readings, for example. I'm like, I think a Sagittarius is involved when I pick up this card. This Embrace, it looks like a man and woman in a very tight and loving, romantic embrace. But it's really one person's inner masculine and feminine getting along, like in a harmonious way. And that really goes along with storm warning. Like I said, I think this is internal. I think this is within somebody, you know, is where this storm is. So if you can, you know, like it's within your power to quell that. Let's give this other deck a little shuffle. Nice cards popping out so far. All right. We've got Healer of the Ages here. And whatever that means to you. Now, technically, it was in reverse. I have to think about what I want to say about it possibly meaning in reverse. I was going to begin to shuffle these while I did that, but I think it's already coming to me. I'm pretty sure it's tied to that same, this energy, the inner turmoil, that storm warning, and this is about feeling like turned upside down. This is about you, more so than anybody or anything else. Just feeling like out of sorts, might be the best way to describe it. Not yourself, sort of turned upside down. Maybe you again have a lot going on, like I mentioned, many of us do. It's just feeling too much, and you haven't yet realized, again, that the worst or the most challenging aspects of what it is through which you've been or are going through now are like behind you. Having not realized that yet, having not been comforted yet by better news or better energy around you, at least seemingly for you, you're just feeling sort of turned upside down, unsure, and maybe even again anxious or depressed about it. And that's to varying degrees. So sometimes I say, I wouldn't say this for everybody. I think that is for everybody, and it'll be to varying degrees. Like some of us will be like, for a little while we'll be like, oh, woe is me, or we'll have a day. Today I just feel really anxious. I feel really nervous. I don't know what's going on. I just feel something around me. I'm just feel kind of paranoid. I'm concerned about my finances. I'm concerned about my family. Whatever it is. And then others of us may sort of sink into it longer. I hope not, but that's what I mean by varying degrees. I think we'll all be affected one way or another. But we got a very positive overall energy here. It is the Ten of Pentacles. Contentment comes from knowing that your finances are secure and your family's material needs are taken care of. I'm laughing because I just said, like, I was worried about my family and worried about my money. and then here's the Ten of Pentacles. So it's like my example is resolved. The issue in my example is resolved. It's important to honor traditions and to have pride in your heritage and the accomplishments of your ancestors. And the next card is the Knight of Swords in reverse, which could be, again, that Mercurian energy that may be affecting us. So I'm going to do a spread. I'll just take them all away for now so that I have room on the table. I think I'll start with the Universal Love Oracle because they are the biggest and lay them here. The love card won't necessarily correlate to the others. It may very well, but we may just be getting a separate love message with these, and not necessarily something that's connected to the other two types of cards. But we'll see. So this is the Divine Being or couple. Recent past, and always remember recent past in one of these readings can be, today, tomorrow, like the reading goes for a couple weeks. So by the time you get to then, recent past is now. It hasn't happened yet. So recent past, near future. Masculine higher self. Blocks to individual or shared progress. What the feminine can do to help herself with this block. What the masculine can do to help himself with this block. What the universe wants to do to help us, or wants to help us with, to move beyond, right? And would suggest we do to help ourselves. And again, the outcome can be what we can expect to be happening right in time for renewal with the new moon. So just as a reminder, the overall energy is embrace. And we'll do the same thing with these. Divine being a couple, recent past, near future, masculine's higher self, blocks the individual or shared progress. It's very interesting that they're all from the Angel Tarot. What the feminine can do to help herself, the masculine can do to help himself. What the universe wants to do to help us, we got 2. And the outcome. As a reminder there, the overall energy is the Ten of Pentacles. Can be about inheritances, lump sums of money, not necessarily large, but, you know, lump sums, just feeling comfortable, not really worrying about money or not having a need to worry about money. If you are, you shouldn't be. But again, maybe you don't realize it yet. Block, help, help, help. And now, okay. And again, here the overall energy is the healer of the ages in reverse. Divine being a couple. So we have transients. So this is again moving through one energy to another. And this one's much more bright. And we're allowing ourselves to be healed. If you surrender into this healing and allowance, acceptance of what's happening, you know, sooner than rather than later, you will have moved into this light rather than that dark that I was picking up from like the storm warning. And it's paired with a card called renewal. This is actually judgment, but again, this is what's happening. It's a renewed energy, a transformation that's happening, and it's a positive one to a better energy. Review and evaluate, a favorable assessment of the facts. It's time to move in a new direction. Judgment, that's one of my favorite cards, represents the sign of Scorpio and the planet Pluto. That's not why it's one of my favorites, although I do love Scorpios. It's one of my favorites because it's about judgment. It's about abundance, rather, that is earned. So you've very likely already put into the universe what was required of you to put out there in order to bring about this abundance that you're about to get. And this can come in the form of, you know, raises and bonuses and accolades, rewards, awards, recognition, somebody clearing your name from something, you know, where it was sullied, dirtied, you know. It's you coming out on top, you know, being blessed in some way. And sometimes the blessing more so comes from the universe than from the 3D, which is fine, right? If God gives you a raise, a promotion, a blessing, then, you know, that can be better than down here. But, you know, as above, so below. So you if it happens up there, it will happen down here in some way too. It will manifest in the 3D as well. And our last card is perfect as well for renewal, because this card, attachment in reverse, is about some sort of like old pattern, you know, negative pattern, of course, or relationship, or situation, attitude, mindset of ours is being released, right? And the more that we move into that place of surrender and acceptance and let it go, the more clarity and newness will come into and figure out new ways, again, to continue to bring about abundance and positivity and awesomeness in our lives, because we've released this attachment or whatever had been, you know, attached to us that was holding us back. For somebody, I'm getting, this could really be like, even like you block somebody on social media or something. Like I just heard that. That's something I never do, so I'm not one to like explain this or talk about it. You know, I don't mind if people continue to watch, but maybe I should. Anyway, I'm picking up for somebody else. It's not about me. Picking up for somebody else that even blocking on, you know, social media or something, or maybe in your phone, I don't know, wherever you need to block, if you feel that I'm talking to you, will solve your issues. Like you'll feel like the energy This person is sending you negative energy, you know, and misery loves company. So you close off your access, or its access to you, their access to you, and that will stop. Recent past. Emergence, maybe some sort of rising from the ashes, having gone through a situation. It may have been an emotional situation. It's funny because this is the Knight of Cups, but I'm getting like rough waters from this. Like you may have gone through an emotional situation. Emotional, well, yeah, emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative. Can also be about falling in love or wedding proposals. The need to balance emotions, because maybe, again, maybe it is rough, maybe it is all over the place. But then again, more positively, it can be about an invitation to a social event as well. So this card, I guess, covers a few different things. But look what it's paired with. It's paired with that storm warning. And this time the storm warning's in reverse. So it is showing us, like, again, the worst is behind you. And if you're still feeling like it's like this, that's you. That's your emotions. And so if you can work through them, you'll be better for it. But we are talking about some sort of emergent emotional situation from which you are, bouncing back, rising from the ashes. Re-emerging. It may have even been something that caused you to like be away from people. Maybe you were ill. Maybe you had to quarantine. Maybe you had been exposed to somebody else that was ill, and so you had to quarantine. Now that worst is over. You're fine. You can come back out. It can be something like that. Recent past. Near future. Ooh. Okay. Sacred union. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Fire sign could be involved, maybe specifically a fire sign female, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It can also be about that Sagittarius energy of the moon, the full moon. The Queen of Wands is confident, warm, intelligent, and graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. It's paired with door to romance. How could it be more perfect than that? Sacred union, door to romance. And I think for some of us, it's saying this Sagittarius energy, this fire energy around us is the door. Because look at all the red here. It's red curtains. There's this red valance, the red hearts. There's a red heart that's there, that's caged. So you may have to like open up that heart, open up the key, let people in. I was happy. I was smiling once I saw the 33, but I didn't know what the card was. But of course, the 33 is very positive too. Again, threes are about collaboration, partnering. 2 threes together equals 6, equals love. Threes are about the ascended masters also. Yeah, it's really positive. Abundance, just really positive energy coming from there. Masculine's higher self. Let's see if he's ready for this. He's surrounded by the fire also. What's that song? The fire, fire, fire. Yeah, physical body, but I think it's more about the fire. I think this is just happens to be what card it is, and who cares? And it's with another Empress, about whom I was just talking about. The threes and the fertile energy. It's like you're on the same page, or you will be soon, near future. If you're not already on the same page with a romantic interest, or you haven't met them yet, possibly, soon. This is coming up. Lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. And that is partnered with the goddess of the moons. Remember I said I felt like it's really the Sagittarius moon that's giving us this blessing? Again, masculine on the same page. It is moon energy that's making this possible. Very nice. Blocks, though, to individual or shared progress as a couple. Reflection, or maybe failure to do some reflection, which can include introspection. Again, this can be about us being all sort of, again, beside ourselves, tied up, all wound up even. That's what the reflection is about. And then there's a King of Fire, a King of Wands also. He's motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. take advice from someone creative. Well, there could have been or could be something for some of us in our lives that's going on, and again, involving a fire sign that's sort of, it's keeping us all tied up. It's keeping us busy. It's keeping us working on that. It's taking all our attention, perhaps. And this is, again, an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes, very possibly male or masculine. That's one thing, one possible meaning of this. And then the other is actually, can also still be tied to the moon. The King of Wands in the tarot, in terms of the cards, actually most directly represents the sign of Sagittarius. King of Wands is also a representation of the divine masculine in the tarot, right? This is the quintessential divine masculine. So all of those things are possible. That something is pulling your focus, and maybe you have to take, maybe it's because you have to take charge of some sort of situation. You have to be a leader right now. And so, again, that's taking all your attention and blocking you from what else you want to focus on, maybe issues of love and romance, or other growth. But it'll come around. What can we do to help ourselves? If you're feminine, what you can do to help yourself is, it's more fire. It's sort of rising above it. It's like using it, taking it, and using it to elevate yourself. And maybe perhaps something involving a male or masculine earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, a Capricorn, or someone likened to those traits or attributes could make you feel better. This can also be about you taking on opportunities that come your way, because they will go your way, is what this card says when it shows up. The King of Pentacles is generous, and you allow somebody to be generous with you. Don't block that. Don't ignore that. Sometimes we're hesitant to accept help, support. You should, with this card popping up. The King of Pentacles is generous, professional, responsible, and practical. A successful time. Confidently accept opportunities you're offered, feminine. You have the Midas touch. But yes, you may need to strategize in some cases. You may need to, think wisely. Maybe I got 2 jobs offered to me. I'm going to need to be strategic about which one I pick and why, and how I go about letting the other one down, because I don't want to burn any bridges. It's that sort of thing. But it's another one of these threes. So a lot of these threes, a lot of this, and this, again, collaboration, co-creating, creativity, abundance, very positive, fertile energy surrounding us right now. What can the masculine do to help himself? We've got dreams. So there could be some sort of message that comes about in dreams, or that could be dreams asleep or dreams awake. This is information, again, more clarity coming to you. This is also about pursuing dreams, goals, like what you really want to do, like keeping it real with yourself, your deepest sensitivities, deepest wants and desires. That's what Pisces and Neptune is all about. And this is about pursuit of those things, like the goal you really want to achieve, not, what you think other people want to hear. And it's paired with another Empress. It's time to hop into action, masculine. Use your natural creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. And this may involve a Libra, Taurus, or Gemini, someone likened to those traits or attributes. Feminine, a very feminine one. And the last card, this is really awesome. It's the 4th chakra and Archangel Raphael. So Archangel Raphael is the angel of healing and restoration of any areas of our life, particularly love and or money, abundance, those issues. So I think this goes really, really nicely with, again, pursuing our dreams, fulfilling our dreams, and also this Empress, this fertility and abundance. And the 4th chakra is the heart chakra. I don't think I said that, but I was gleaming about it myself. But I don't think I said it out loud. So that's what makes it, that's why I was getting so giddy and excited. That's what makes it so extra special. You know, we got these hearts here, we got the daughter romance, we got the sacred union, and then sitting right next to it, we have Archangel Raphael telling us that we're more ready than we have been in the past, or we will be very soon if we're not already. But after this very brief or soon to be renewal, more ready than we have been in a very, very long time to let someone into this heart, right? To unlock this key. What the universe wants to help us with, or the support the universe wants to give us. We got the gateway. So maybe there's a portal, there's an opportunity, there's a space, of energy. There's a path. And we shouldn't be afraid to take it and to defend ourselves if somebody, tries to give us grief or problems about it. Like, this is you doing what's best for you. Defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground. And choose your battles wisely. We're not going to fight every fight. Like, some people are just going to say, like, buzz off. I don't have time to explain myself to you, and I don't have to explain myself to you. I'm an adult or whatever. And then this is another card about, again, leaving the worst behind you. Like, putting down your burdens, letting that go. The universe wants to help us to do that. Too much work. Accept help from others. Accept support. Accept support, right? The King of Pentacles wants to be generous. Life is out of balance. Maybe you've been the one that's been doing everything. You've been the one that's been generous with everybody. It's out of balance now. And that can cause stress-related health concerns for you, because you need support too. And then we have the garden and the gate. So I think this is cool that it's paired with the gateway. The gate is paired here with the gateway, right? That was our first card. And somebody could have some real meaning about this earth energy, right? The garden and the gate. It's also another 3. That's our magic number this week, it would seem too. And this card talks about, the 7 of Wands. It talks about that kind of energy. It talks about, like, this woman, she's safe, she's behind the gate, she's secure and whatever. And it talks about how sometimes we stay, like, in those kind of places and positions, like where we're most comfortable, with the devil we know, all that kind of stuff, out of fear. And like I was just saying here, that it was time to go for it, pursue your dreams and do your thing. And whatever that is, don't let anybody, like, push you around and try to get you to not do that. And that's what the card shows up to say as well. So the universe wants to help us to stand up for ourselves and do what's really in our heart of hearts to do. What's genuinely going to make you happy, that is what you need to be pursuing. Make you happy, not other people. And the outcome, what can we expect new in time for the new moon to help us? Inner child. For somebody, this is pregnancy. It's very literal, inner child, especially with all these empresses showing up. Would they be giving birth to an Aquarius? What month are we in? I'm saying what month are we in? I'm a Gemini. June. Okay, June. What's 9 months? I don't know. And I'm good at math, but the words with the words right now with the math and the stuff that I'm hearing at the same time, I can't figure it out. But maybe an Aquarius baby for somebody with all these stars. For others, that old thing that I was saying, remember I said there's an old pattern? We started out with this, so now we're ending different. Right? We started out with the old pattern that we needed to let go, and then we have the success of that happening. Something from a long time ago, although we've been dealing with, we've been carrying, maybe even literally since we were a child, is resolved. The stars are also about, like, that Aquarius, that star energy from the tarot is about prayers being answered, wishes being granted, dreams coming true, goals being reached, right? Accomplishments being made. And so that's happening, and it's paired with another card of that kind, the 9 of Cups, which means the same thing. This is like minor arcana, and then the star would be major. Now's the time your dreams come true, right? These. Don't worry about how it will happen. Just give gratitude to God for all that you have and all that's still to come. And then we have card number 42, woman holding a coin. So if that's somebody's goal to be, financially abundant, for some sort of financial success, I think that we're really seeing an indication of that. But that this is about whatever abundance, this is about whatever gifts, whatever blessing it is we need, or we've been wanting, or we've been seeking, we've been praying for, we've been asking for, we've been trying to manifest, however you've been doing it, focus, intention, whatever you want to call it. This is it, becoming manifest and actually happening. Like on or before the new moon in Gemini. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this reading. I'll be back with the regular weekly and love reading for the week. Please do like, share, subscribe, comment. So now they're saying that like as many likes as you can get, which I guess also requires as many views as you can get, but as many likes as you can get, like. At one point they were saying that, and all my viewers were liking, and then, I still have a lot of people that, even when I have low viewership, I do tend to get a lot of likes. But then people started saying that, oh, like all those likes real quick and everything, like that's causing a problem too. And I guess they stopped that because now I see everybody saying again, we need the likes. There's one girl that's like specifically asking for, well, she can, I guess she has a lot of, a large channel, but she was like asking, I need 3,000 likes so that, the video can do this or this, perform this way, perform that way. I don't know, but I appreciate your support. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Long story short. Okay, I'll be back. Namaste.